How to Exit Your Lazy Girl Era 101. Hello and welcome back to Unlock Your Highest Self. I'm a personal trainer who is passionate about connections of the mind, body, and soul through movement, health, wellness, and mindset. Today, we are specifically talking about exiting our lazy girl era and really just becoming our highest, most productive selves, but also avoiding burnout. Burnout is something we do not want to experience, and when we're doing our craft, we want to channel pure essence versus channeling fear of burnout or fear of anxiety of deadlines or due dates. So in today's episode, we're definitely going to talk about how we can exit that lazy girl era and become more productive, but also remembering that we don't want to be so productive to the point where we're constantly burned out. Stay till the end for the best way to optimize productivity within your life and your own essence. All right, number 1, morning pages. My best advice to anyone looking to elevate and become more productive is start within your mind. Productivity has a lot of doing, but I feel like there's a big portion that is missing within tips and tricks on productivity, and that is the essence of being and kind of implementing. When you start your day with morning pages, which I have been doing for the last 2 or 3 years of my life, you set yourself up for success. When we wake up, we are in this state of consciousness. We typically have gone from a sleep or a slumber that is lasted from anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, let's just say. After those 6 to 8 hours, once you come to consciousness, your mind is able to produce more creative thoughts. It's able to zone in more, and it's also able to take in a lot of information. They say the best times to study is early in the morning because our brain has had such a long break that it can now really indulge in information. So instead of scrolling on your phone, which again cannot aid in any type of productivity, honestly makes it worse, I would suggest doing morning pages. Grab a journal and write down some things that come to mind. It does not have to be specific. You do not have to have a topic. It could be anything from the goals or tasks that you would wish to complete that day. You may just sit and think of a great idea. Some of my best business ideas come early in the AM when I'm just sitting and looking at a piece of paper. This will not only clear your mind, but it will get you motivated and invested in the day. When I do my morning pages, if I wake up maybe not motivated or I want to go back to sleep, the second that I open my journal and I start to write my goals or aspirations or gratitudes for the day, I'm automatically setting myself up for success and productivity because I am looking at this page full of things that I'm capable of, things that I desire, and from there I want to go out and do more to obviously obtain those. Number 2 is a visual task board, or better known as a to-do list. When we have something that we can refer to that aligns with our visions and our goals, it's not only a remembrance that, hey, we're showing up for ourselves, let's get off our phones, let's go be productive, but it's also a motivator in itself. When you look back at tasks that you made at the beginning of the day, the year, or the week, you remember that your past self had a lot of faith and trust in your future self to show up for your current self. Remember that. So creating tasks are super beneficial, and I would suggest picking 3 main tasks each day or each week and kind of zoning in on those 3 main tasks. Another variation of task setting is a vision board. As we all know, vision boards are very popular during the beginning of New Year's, but it's not too late to make a vision board. You could make a vision board for months of the year. I personally make a vision board for my quarterly goals. Number 3, Power Hour. What is Power Hour and how can I implement it? Power Hour is literally just one simple hour that you are dedicating to you and your goals. This has been very beneficial for all kinds of people, but especially the individuals who work a 9 to 5 and are starting or looking to open their own business. Individuals who work a 9 to 5 obviously are devoting a decent amount of their day to someone else. But as a business owner myself and someone very passionate about entrepreneurship, I know that it's hard to show up for someone else while creating your own dream or your own goal. So with having in the power hour, you either have to wake up maybe an hour earlier than typical or sacrifice an hour of your free time to show up and have a complete hour with no distractions. This power hour could be going to the gym or showing up for your health. This power hour could be meal prepping at the end of the week so you're prepared for the next week's nutrition. Power hour can look like anything. Sometimes my power hour is reading. Sometimes my power hour is a little self-care. Whatever works for you day to day, make sure you do put away an hour for yourself. I would recommend waking up earlier in the morning and doing this. I feel like it's a great way to start off your day, and I also think that in the morning we can find more time to dedicate to ourselves. Within that limiting distraction, we have number 4, which is limiting distractions and self-discipline. We need to limit distractions when we are trying to exit our lazy girl era. In order to do this, you have to implement discipline. Distractions could be anything from your phone, from a friend, a partner, or just from your own procrastination. So, my best tip for limiting distractions is setting time limits on your apps. When you go into your phone settings, whether you have an Apple, Android, whatever it may be, there is a way to go to preferences or your daily usage and set time limits for your apps. I had someone set time limits for my apps, and you can also create a password. So when that 1 hour ends off of all your socials, then you have to put in a password. If you feel like you're not at the point to apply discipline, have somebody else set that password for you so you don't know the password and you can't get back into your socials. I have all of my social media apps set to an hour and a half a day, and a few of them are higher because I do my work online. So of course I do have to have more screen time than a normal person probably would, but all of my apps have typically an hour to an hour and a half of screen time, and then after that I'm done. So I know in the back of my head at the beginning of the day that I only have an hour for this app, so instead of scrolling right now, I could go be more productive and I can give myself some free time later to scroll. It's all about time management. Exiting your lazy girl era is really all about focusing your time and your energy into the right areas. Number 5 is time management, as you can guess. I love to implement time management, and I also love to focus on certain areas during the day. When I wake up, my biggest thing is don't go on your phone. Going back to the limiting distractions, don't go on your phone and avoid from scrolling. This also increases time management throughout your day. You didn't start the day off scrolling. You didn't waste 30 minutes to an hour on your phone. Therefore, you have an extra 30 to 40 minutes to timely manage your day. Another thing a lot of people ask about time management is, how do you find the time? If you have a dream, if you have a vision, I promise you, you will find the time. A lot of people make excuses for not going to the gym because they're too busy or they don't have enough time, but in reality, they don't have enough transparency to look at their daily actions. While you're watching this video, reflect on yourself. Do you spend more time on your phone when you could go to the gym or when you could pick up a book? If so, then just make small switches. Implement that discipline that we talked about earlier. Number 6 is the last one, is gratitude. If you want to exit your lazy girl era, you have to make sure that you are implementing gratefulness for your being and who you are. Exiting a lazy girl era doesn't just look like being this productive person 24/7. Remember, we want to avoid burnout, so we have to make sure that we're grateful for our free time, we're grateful for our family and friends that support us, we're grateful for this healthy body we have. When we start to implement gratitude, our focus gets arranged to a more aligned path. Therefore, burnout really isn't an option because we understand that we're grateful for all aspects of life and we really try to indulge and digest every single area. Therefore, like I said, burnout just isn't an option. If you've experienced burnout, over and over again, you have to be transparent with yourself. What area of your life are you experiencing burnout in? Is it in the gym? Is it in your career? Is it in your relationships? If it's all of the above, then maybe you're pushing too hard in every single area and your focus just isn't on the right path. 2024 is all about stepping out of our lazy girl era and becoming our highest productive selves. Productivity is honestly one of the things that are going to get you to the end where you desire to be. If you don't have the discipline to show up for yourself on the days that you don't want to, it's going to be really hard to understand how you can be productive and how you can reach those goals if you don't implement that discipline. Thank you all for watching. I have had so much fun with this episode, and I always love to preach and praise on women, especially successful women. So go out, be a baddie, and my blessings are with you.